right, hi everyone, and welcome to the 23rd episode of the Londonderry View. We can't believe 23 episodes. Tonight we have a very, very special guest. Sharon is with us tonight, Sharon Jensen, and she's from Embrace Your Wardrobe. I want to make sure I get it right. Embrace Your Wardrobe, and she also does something that had been around years and years ago, but she's brought it back beautifully to the New England area, and that's Color Me Beautiful. And here in New Hampshire tonight, it's a drab, rainy, cold night, so thank goodness Sharon is with us. On a side note, I'm still going. On a side note, when we were talking about back on our first and second and third episode about wishing someone would email us, Sharon was the first and only person initially to say, hey, you guys look great. You're doing a great job. So a special thank you for that, Sharon. And it's so great, 23 episodes later, you're here with us.
Yeah.
Woohoo! So, yay! So Sharon, thank you. And tell us about this and how we can all look and feel better.
Well, actually, it's a really amazing thing. Based on your hair, eye, and skin tones, what colors that you wear can really make or break your outfit. Because we really only have like 7 seconds to make that crucial first impression. So you really want to put your best foot forward and make a truly a good impression. So, so that way there you can turn around and make that presentation so that people are actually listening to what you have to say versus looking at your outfit and saying, why did she put that together?
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
And I think as we age too, like at different times in our lives, and even with the weather and all too, it probably has something to do with that overall 7-second presentation, which is...
I find I have to cheat when I go to the store. I look at the mannequins and I see what's put together on the mannequin, and then I'll go to the rack and I pick out, okay, that top goes with that pants, and it'll go with that skirt over there.
That's smart,
there's
though.
a piece of jewelry that goes with it, and there's a handbag and a scarf, and so I have to cheat and I look at the mannequins.
Does it match your color, though? The color that you need?
I buy what I like. And well, to me, it's what once I get in the dressing room and try it on, if I think it looks good, certain things I'll put on and be like, ooh, that color does nothing for me.
Yeah.
It washes me out. Other ones I'll put on and it's just like, wow, that looks really good.
Very good.
And you're always doing good if you go with the wow.
You go with the wow. That's
You
a
go
good
with the
point,
wow, yeah.
'cause
Otherwise, it gets a little kind of interesting.
That's, and how do they do it now, Sharon? Is it still like years ago it used to be like, were you a winter or a spring or an autumn? And like I know like the olive greens and all I think used to be that autumn, but when someone would put them on me, like even still if I wear an olivey color green, I just feel my whole everything just
Washes
feels
you
like
out.
my shoulders
Drab.
or
Yeah, feels very
But then if I
drab.
put on a red or or maroon, you feel a little. Today I'm kind of in the between with it all. Maybe you could help me with that. But it is
Absolutely.
funny how I'm not. So is that still how it works? Like you find the person's season or?
Yeah, actually, it's funny that you should ask because it's actually grown. So now there's like 31 different 31 different autumns, 31 different types of springs, 15 types of summers, and 16 types of winters. So you could have a family member be a winter as well and not necessarily be able to wear the same colors as they can. So so it gets very, very personalized.
Yeah. Perfect sense, because when you think that there were only 4 and we were all categorized, like you and I would be exact in that one season, that makes sense because that was the only thing that was a little bit odd about it back then. You know, when we're all so different with our tones and color and
Yeah.
So how do you actually get to that point with someone then?
Well, what I do is here is an example here of my color wheel. So initially we figure out what your hair, eye, and skin color is. So unfortunately with my age, I have definitely colored my hair. So my brown is not exactly this color brown. But based on my hair, eye, and skin tones, we actually have 40 colors that are uniquely yours. So when I go shopping, it's about blending. So when you're looking at this color wheel, you can see some blues, you can see some oranges, you can see some teals. So everybody has, well, not everyone has an orange, but everyone has a green, has a red. Teal is one of those actual universal colors. Almost all these seasons can actually get a teal and look very becoming on them. So if you don't know what to get a person and you are going to get them an outfit, teal's the way to go because it's a very safe color. But the thing that how you want to use it is, we're going to go and use Bonnie here. If I put this color wheel next to Bonnie, you can see how the colors sit right on top of the color wheel. So there's no harmony at all. Versus, if I turn around and pull out, it definitely blends a lot more. So I don't have to wear exactly these colors, but I have to wear colors that harmonize with it. And that's how we kind of start the process.
Even just holding it, the way when you're holding it up against you,
Yeah.
the colors look beautiful.
Yeah, and the goal is it's supposed to make your face, highlight your face and make your skin look very healthy, your hair very glows and shiny, so you actually become radiant. So you can wear less makeup, you can, and look, much healthier.
And we can all use Radiant.
We can all use radiant.
We need Kirby here tonight.
Yes, we miss you tonight,
we
Kirby.
do. We miss our
Yep,
Kirby.
we do.
But that's interesting. And then you need to consider your makeup and everything, how it all
Everything
goes together.
all kind of works
Jewelry.
together, your jewelry. So for me, being an autumn color, I would either wear a rose gold or a regular yellow gold. So if I wear silver, it wouldn't necessarily look as, again, the silver, you'd be looking at my jewelry before you looked at my face.
Okay.
And that's kind of, so you can wear any color you want,
That's interesting.
but they're going to be looking, if you're wearing the wrong colors, they're going to be looking at your outfits. You're going to become like a runway model
And not into your
Yeah.
eyes.
and not in your face.
Wow, my goodness.
Oh, That's interesting.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm even looking at Bonnie and just like the black on you with the silver jewelry tonight and the
With the
pink.
pink.
It looks gorgeous. It just
Yeah.
looks very, very
Oh,
nice.
it's different.
Yeah, very, very pretty. Very, very pretty. My goodness. And now, am I right too? I thought that we had talked about that you'll actually, and you've done this often, go into somebody's home and look at their closet and say, gee, this you're not wearing, you don't need. These things go. Do I have that part right?
Yep, I actually, I do that. It's very helpful. Once you know what your body shape is, a lot of people don't really know how to dress themselves, or maybe you, were pregnant and, now you're carrying more weight. So trying to dress, a new shape is always a very interesting thing. So what I can, it is a challenge.
It
Yeah.
is. That's
And
right.
then after you have the baby, it's a new weight
Yeah.
and a new challenge. But we offer like a 70-page book that goes through and identifies your body shape. And you learn, so it's another tool to know if you should be wearing a tunic, if you should be wearing a crop jacket. Your face shape actually dictates your inside lines. So what type of, should be wearing a V shape, should be wearing a rounded collar.
Interesting.
Your
I always
patterns.
struggle with that.
Yeah.
Like, is it a rounder neck, and then as you get older, that changes too. But then, the V, but that all has to do with the shape of your face.
With the shape of your face. I wear, what kind of glasses, also works with your face shape.
Wow,
Interesting.
that is interesting.
Yeah.
As you start thinking about all these things, right? You
Yeah.
start thinking, what have I been
Wait,
doing?
wait.
Yeah.
That is right.
Yeah,
That's,
I know a lot of my friends, after they've gone through and either learned their colors or they know they're going to see me. That's the first thing. Is like, oh, I know I'm going to see Sharon. I better think about what I'm going to wear, and that's what it really is about. It's just really thinking about your choices, because you got to get dressed anyway.
Right.
You got to do your hair anyway. So based on your face shape, that also can help you with your hairstyles. Are you making your face look more angular, or the ideal face shape is oval. But by putting your hair, volume of your hair where your face is lacking, you can actually change the shape of it.
Change the
So it gives the
aesthetic look of
illusion.
it.
Gives you the illusion that you have a nice, oval shaped face.
Interesting.
And you might not. You might have a very chiseled, angled face.
So how did you learn about all this?
Actually, probably like 5 or 6 years ago, I had my colors done in Concord by a lady, and she had this beautiful studio, all kinds of handmade scarves and jewelry. And so basically, if you had an outfit that you needed to accessorize, you could go and she could help you. And I thought, well, that would be a great big girl job. Because that would be really fun.
Right.
And so when I retire from my daytime job, this is what I'm going to be doing full time.
And you're helping other women and men
And-
too. Now,
and
let's
men,
not
yeah.
exclude men
Yeah.
because in the business world or any profession that you're in today, appearance, as you said, you get that 7-second window,
First-
the
Right.
first
Right.
impression that,
Yeah.
boy, that's.
Yeah, because a lot of times, you might have, a new doctor that you're going to meet, or
Right.
maybe you're going to try and buy a car. So when you walk into their office or the car showroom, you have a certain vision of what you expect that person to look like. And if they don't meet that expectation, you don't really listen to what they're saying. You're getting stuck with trying to figure out why they put the outfit together.
Yeah.
That is very true. That's, yeah.
That's
It just
interesting.
reminds me of something many years ago, kind of getting off the subject, but we lived in Pennsylvania, and our next door neighbor, just like the way he dressed, and I said to my husband, "Oh my God, he looks like a used car salesman." Like polyester and plaids and the
Yeah.
whole bit. I mean, but that's how he was seriously dressing. And then I found out he was a car salesman for his father-in-law. But I think they were like a Mercedes dealer.
Oh, wow.
I picture the suits and the
Yeah, you
white
make the
Christmas
this guy
Yeah.
wasn't. But it was
Yeah.
funny because
That's funny.
you just looked at him. It's like a typical what you'd see on a sitcom, how they would
Yeah.
dress,
Oh, gosh.
But
Yeah,
to
very
get back to
funny.
our subject,
There you go.
at hand,
That's,
yes.
Yeah, so after I went and had my colors done, and I thought that was just such a cool thing, I let my fingers do the walking. Google is a wonderful search engine, and I found Color Me Beautiful, and I found that you could do the makeup and skincare, and you could also do the colors and the body. So it's really like a journey that I take women through, and it becomes a friendship and a bonding that that I actually help these people transition through the different stages to finding their own unique wardrobe that actually meets their personality and their lifestyle.
Very nice.
So have you had any men customers or clients?
I do get men. Usually it's like gentlemen out of college transitioning into the job
world.
fit
Yes.
world. They need to, a lot of, they may need to wear a certain type of suit or,
one that fits them properly.
one that fits them properly and things like that. And the biggest question they have for me is, what do I do on, casual Friday? And that's always a big question because it's different in every environment. Sometimes you need to wear something, sometimes the suit without the jacket is adequate to be considered a business casual. Some other place you could wear a polo shirt and khakis. So you do kind of need to know the audience that you're dealing with,
right.
And that is
so
a
it gets
tough
personal,
one.
and
in
it's
the, in
tough.
the town, for the town, it's professional every day, but Fridays is kind of your casual Friday. And there's a couple of us that say that is the toughest day. It's such a gift to be able to wear your jeans or wear your but I spend more time in my closet the night before or the morning of,
Right,
and if
trying
I'm
to
going to be
figure out-
late, it'll be on that.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, this doesn't, and then everything shifts as you get older.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
those jeans don't quite, but,
Fit the way they
they
did.
don't fit, and
Yeah.
the top to go. But you're right. I mean,
Yeah.
things like that can just throw a
Can throw an outfit off,
Really,
yeah.
it can really make it kind of tough. So
Yeah.
advice like that would be good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be. But so this is what you would hand like somebody could actually bring these to a store
Yes.
with them.
Yeah,
but then
they
that
can
would-
actually bring their color wheel to the store, and they just kind of walk down the racks,
Wow,
and
that's
it kind of eliminates half the battle.
of looking.
They
at
don't
all
have
those
to
other
go and try it on
colors.
in the store to determine if it's the right color or not, because they instantly know. And once you have used it for a while, you can actually go pretty quickly down the
Because you
rack.
know, right.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and now if you were going to work on one of us, let's say, to determine which color wheel we would need and which one you would put together for us, how do you go about that? How does that happen?
Well, it's actually a combination of draping and putting all the coordinates that we come through with the draping into a algorithm. So it's actually some science to it. So earlier I was with Bonnie, and we actually did some draping. So we could go check that out.
Hey, I like that idea. So Bonnie, all right, that's
Check that out.
So hi, Bonnie. Today,
Hi, how are you?
good. How are you?
Good.
Today we're going to talk about identifying your seasonal color. So I'm going to put some drapes on you, and we're going to see how your face reacts to it. So here is a autumn yellow. So as you can see, your face, you might see lines that are more prominent in your face, around your eyes or around your nose. And those are things that we're trying to avoid. We want to try and put as much light to your face as we possibly can.
Okay.
Now, again, you might not wear a lot of yellow,
Right.
but that's something that you can maybe think about introducing when we find your right yellow.
Okay.
So this yellow here actually looks a little bit, a little softer, or yeah, a little softer. And you can see that that is much kinder to your face and kind of brings out your hair and your eyes.
Okay.
And that is a winter yellow?
That is a winter yellow. So now I'm gonna find your green. So here is an autumn green, and again we're gonna watch and see how the same thing kind of happens. You know, the focus becomes the green and not her face. Versus if we were to put her in a winter green, now you can see again her hair, you know, immediately starts popping, her eyes and her skin tone is looking more radiant. But we can also go to the extreme of having, you know, like something really, really bad. So here is an autumn orange. Now, just because we're just, you know, we're in the middle of fall transitioning into winter, doesn't necessarily mean that some of the autumn colors are going to be, you know, really as beneficial for you to wear. So again, this, by wearing orange, because a lot of people would do that with the pumpkin season, this brings out the attention to the orange, and we just lost Bonnie altogether.
Wow, and I like orange.
I know, sorry.
That's all right.
But then again, I'm an autumn, and Bonnie here, I believe, is, we've noticed, is really more of a winter. Now she can wear black, and that makes her look, her hair again shine, her face glows, and she really comes to life. Versus that orange that she was wearing was not very pretty.
Okay.
So these are some things, you know, that you can do yourself when you're going to purchase things.
Right.
When you hold them up, you know, look in the mirror and see what happens to your face. You know, shut your eyes, open your eyes,
Yeah.
and just kind of check it out and see what happens.
Very good.
So Bonnie, here you are in an outfit that you would probably go out, you know, think about going out for the holidays maybe. Again, great choice. Velvet is one of those items that are very popular this year, so you're right in style with the fall. But what we're going to do today is we're actually going to put some other options on in addition to your like your necklace. So I'm going to have you take off that necklace.
Sure.
Now I don't know if you were ever crafty or anything, but sometimes you might have a friend or something who can make you a scarf. This here is an infinity scarf, and we're going to just put that
okay.
over your head and try not to mess your hair.
My hair don't mess too easy.
Doesn't mess
It's
too
always
easy.
messy.
So something like this, you know, you can adjust, you know, to different lengths, and you just play with it a little bit, and then we always have like a nice little crafty little button here that would turn around, and so this might not actually work with your particular outfit, but it's something that she could turn around and do to update more of a casual. If she was cold, you know, when we're much warmer when we have things
Something tough
around
on
us. Yep. So maybe I'll try to do this without torturing you this time. I'll undo the button. So another thing that she might want to do is she could take, you know, this really nice, you know, cashmere scarf. Now again, it's got some tan in it, which for a winter isn't necessarily one of your colors, but you can strategically fold it and put it on, and you can actually hide it. So today we're gonna just do a real simple kind of wrap around here. And so now, you know, she could dress it up and do something like that. Now again, this is a kind of a simple scarf. So it might not be as dressy for like a New Year's,
Right.
but it would be, you know, something if you had a little house party or something like that to go to.
Very nice. It's funny because I do wear a lot of black.
Yes. So
Not this much.
not that much. So here I'm going to turn around and put a different necklace. Now again, this
Okay.
is much more a blingy,
Yeah.
but with your outfit, that actually looks very nice. Whenever you put something with the V and making it long, you're actually making yourself look taller with any vertical lines. If you have lines going across horizontal, you're making yourself look wider. So
Yeah.
most of us want to look taller. Yep, so that's kind of a nice thing. Now here's another little option that you can do. Again, you know, this has got some bling to it. And yep. So again, you just kind of let it cascade down, and I think out of all the options that I gave you, this here is going to be the best if you want to turn around so people can see it. So
Yeah, I like this.
yeah, so this one here has got a little bit of shine to it, so it's going to be nice, and it's not going to add a lot of bulk, and it's not going to make you hot, you know, but it's just taking a basic black shirt to the next level.
So Bonnie, so how was that, like being the model and trying the different swatches
It
and
was
sharing?
great.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, just different ways that I never, like I thought I would never wear a scarf. And then when I put it on, it was like, oh, I like this. You know, this is a good idea.
completely different style.
Yeah,
too, than-
completely different, because I dress very plain.
Well, we do
You
as
know,
we get
we
older.
all-
I think too. Like
yeah.
we all have our set.
So
you know,
this
our
was,
comfort
I mean,
zone.
this was really an eye-opening experience. It really was. I enjoyed it. I mean, you know, to think, I mean, I love orange. I love the color orange. And like she had said during Sharon, during the taping of that part there, that she said, no orange. cut it. And I'm like, oh.
Oh, isn't that
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I always thought orange to me because it was bright.
right?
But no.
Bright and cheery.
Yeah.
And cheery.
Just not with your skin tone.
No.
Yeah, if she really wants to use the orange, she needs to use it in smaller doses, not, you know, like we had a big,
Not a
large
full.
drape on, and, you know, it really kind of stood out. The color of the orange
Changed her
was,
skin color and
yep,
everything. I bet.
and you
right?
saw the orange before you saw her face.
Yeah.
So what was your favorite color in it? Like, what made you feel the
Well,
best?
I thought the black, because I do
Yeah, well,
wear
look
a
at
lot
the
of
outfit
black.
you have on. It's beautiful.
But with the draping, with the black,
You mean
I
with the
just
blouse?
loved it. Yeah.
Not the blouse, the vest.
The vest
With the
type,
scarf.
the scarf vest. Yeah, I really
and
liked
comfortable
that.
and stylish.
It was comfortable.
And
It was
flowy.
comfortable. It wasn't like I was sitting there and had to do this and that.
Right, which
you
is
know,
another-
when
right.
you,
Fussing
yeah,
around,
fussing
but- yeah.
around. You know, it was very comfortable.
That's
I'm gonna go find one.
I
After
might have
we
to do
get
that
through
after this
tonight.
show.
So
Right.
did you determine a color or certain
Oh,
colors
yeah,
that were
good
really
question.
good for Bonnie's?
Well, she is definitely a winter. I forgot my notes, so I forget exactly her 3-season winter name. But we actually have 3 parts to the name. So you could be a light, a true, a vivid, or a contrasting, which in addition to, you know, her 16 different winters that she could have been.
Right.
And I want to say that she was a dynamic winter. I remember you being something that was fairly common. So what that kind of tells us is the intensity of her colors, you know, are going to be very dramatic. They're versus
Oh, deeper in a sense.
deeper in a sense
Oh my goodness.
Versus like lighter pastel.
versus the lighter
Shades.
pastel
But
shades.
still to be considered a winter if someone was
still a winter.
lighter.
Yeah,
Like the
That's
yellow was
interesting.
yeah.
that was a
That was
different-
actually a pretty pale yellow in the scheme of yellows.
right.
And did that was a positive color then, or?
Yep,
Yep.
yep. We put an autumn yellow up to her, and you know, you could see the intensity. Again, it brought, you know, the focus to the wrong spot.
Interesting. And it's kind of fun for us because we're talking now and discussing it, but yet this clip will have shown, which is kind of exciting. You know, that's
Right.
that's that's going to be great then. And then you would then make up, with a computerized, you'd come up with the different
Right,
swatches.
we come up with the actual, swatches that people go shopping with.
Which would be something like this. Yeah, and then
Yep.
they take that with them.
And they take that with them, yeah.
Yeah, very
So-
interesting.
I know another thing that I get asked often is about, why can I, when I go shopping, can't I find something?
Right.
So in the industry, there's a company called Pantone, and they actually dictate 10 colors that are going to be popular for that season. And that comes out in your drapes, in your, anything that has a fabric, your bedding, as well as clothes. So
I didn't know that.
yeah, so
idea.
sometimes, there's a reason why you can't find anything to wear in the store, and it's because of these colors. So that's when the secondary stores, or the Goodwills or the boutiques are actually pretty good place to go, because previous years' colors are going to be, people are going to be putting in colors back into the boutiques, in the secondhand stores. So there's always another good opportunity, to try something new and not have to spend a lot of money.
That explains it, because there are certain seasons you get all excited to buy some new spring clothes or something, and then you'll go into the mall and you can just find nothing that year, and then maybe a couple years later it seems like everything is what you're looking for, and that must be it. It must
And
be
it's because of these-
those 10 colors.
Those 10 colors.
That if they're not made for us,
Yeah.
that's
So
That's
is gray a big color this year?
No, actually gray is not a big color this year.
Really?
So
I guess
granted,
I'm thinking house-wise. It seems like you see everything is being done like in grays.
you're going to see that transition out.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah,
Darn.
I know.
All the walls we've just painted.
I
In
know.
our house.
My,
Yeah.
my daughter
Oh,
too.
my
I was
God.
thinking that she did her cabinets great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
interesting.
I mean, it's a nice neutral. So
Right, it
it's,
is for
it's not going to be,
decorating.
yes, for decorating. It's going to be a good staple. But as far as,
Clothing-wise.
clothing-wise, they do have like I think they're calling it a neutral gray. So there is a gray
Which is
that's still
different.
out. But again, there's not as many grays as there were in past years.
Right.
So they're still here, but yeah, it's not as prevalent.
So what are prevalent colors for this year?
So this year we got grenadine, a tawny port, which is kind of similar to
Oh,
your
what she's wearing.
what you're wearing, a ballet slipper, which is like a real nice soft
Oh,
pink,
soft pink. Yeah.
butter rum, which is probably something that an autumn or a warmer spring or autumn would wear. A navy peony, which is another dark navy. So navy is always a good color. That's my my go-to black. I don't wear anything darker than a navy. And then that neutral gray that I was talking about. Shaded spruce, so the Christmas tree.
A darker green.
Yeah, the darker
Yeah,
green, which is
yeah.
actually, oddly enough, is really more prevalent and for winters than it would be for autumns. It's a little bit, too dark. Golden lime, that might not even be for an autumn. That might be a spring, because it's a little bit of a lighter color. But I might be able to find something that's a little bit more on the olive lime
right.
toned that I could wear. Marina is big, so that's a really bright
Nice
blue, and an autumn maple. So that's another kind of an orange. So right now, orange and blue, which again are big, and you always see them together. And you see them together because, let me just switch my color wheel. So when you're going to put different colors together, even once you have your seasonal color wheel, you can actually pick up this in any kind of a craft store, and you can put together different combinations. So I can actually wear orange, green, blue, and purple all together.
Oh my God.
So there's some other color wheels that have some more options. So you can wear it in the square. You can wear the seasonal colors, 3 colors in a row, 3 different colors of oranges, 3 different colors of red or blue.
Right.
So you can get really kind of crazy.
That's
And
really
how we,
interesting.
and how we kind of blend things is with accessories. So I could wear, like an orange shirt, and I could wear a blue pair of pants and then have a necklace or something that's got the orange and blue in there together, and that'll bring the outfit together.
So now on your color wheel here, would you stick with like the dark up here, you would match it with the dark blue here or the dark purple, or would you do a light one with a dark?
Actually, you would kind of want to be looking at your color wheel. So if I were to turn around and do the blue aspect, I would start, pulling out, what colors, blues and oranges I have.
Oh, that looks really pretty right there.
Yeah.
Well, I'm looking at her dress.
Yes,
with the
it's
scarf.
exactly
It's
what I
Yeah,
have
I
on.
know.
Right.
It does.
gorgeous.
So it's hard. Sometimes you'll go into stores and you'll be looking for that combination and you won't find it anywhere. And like right now, it's very popular, so I can
Right.
find it everywhere.
Right.
So
That's
I'm like running to the
something.
store, buying everything I can possibly find.
Just say stocking your closet.
It's yes.
That's
So and then I won't buy. And then I won't buy.
For a
Next
couple
year
years,
I won't
right, you
have
might end up
anything to
skipping.
buy. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's-
right.
boy.
Yeah.
We'll think of something.
Yeah. So it's really good for the person who hates shopping,
Right.
because now you know before you even get out in the stores what's going to work, what's not going to work.
Right.
And
Have an
if
idea
if there's nothing that you see in the store, then you're not shopping.
Can you tell us a little bit about some of the trends? Like
I
you
was
gave
just
us,
gonna
yeah,
ask you,
because
the
I know
trends.
Kathy and I,
Well,
like
right
makeup
now-
trends, the thick lashes, which is tough as we get a little older, but
Yes,
but, you know,
yes,
but tell
yeah.
us
The
about
makeup trends.
that.
Yeah, it's very right now. The eyes. You really want to focus on either your eyes or your lips, and not
Not both.
both. You want to put. So if you're somebody who has like really large eyes, and you really love that, then you may want to play up your eyes and wear the heavier lashes. But if you don't have, you don't particularly like your eyes, or you like your lips better, so that you want to wear lipstick that is
That's
more prominent.
interesting. My
The
goodness,
big
one or
red
the
lips are
other.
really popular right now. The winged eyeliner from the 60s
Is
is
coming
really
back?
coming back.
The cat,
God.
like the
It's
cat.
kind of like the little
kitty
cat
cat,
thing.
or whatever they call
imagine.
that. Like a
No.
cat-
We should have done that. Like, that would have been. I
Yeah.
can't
So
imagine.
so if you're in the younger generation, you might not know what that is. But if you asked your mother, she could probably tell you, because that is definitely an older trend that has come back.
Yeah.
Keeping your cheeks very simple, very soft and not very pronounced.
That's
It's
a
very
nice trend.
big.
That's
Yeah.
good. I like that.
So
The well, I'm kind of jumping around here, but going
Yep.
from the makeup, and then my eyes are going to this velvet. Like I was with my velvet is back. What an odd thing, velvet
Everywhere.
sweaters, and it's like,
Heavy.
boy, we went through that I thought. But
Yeah.
then, as my mom would always say, and I'm sure all of us, everything cycles, right?
Cycles,
But it
yeah.
comes in a
Cycles, yeah.
cycle.
if you can
And
afford to keep everything,
you
and you can
probably-
still get into it,
That's the trick, being able to fit back into it.
That's
Right.
funny though, but
Yeah.
velvet, who would have ever, I spent $40 for a velvet sweater for my daughter we were away, and it's like, I never thought I'd spend money on velvet again. And I'm looking at it myself, which is even crazier, like, oh, that, I might want to get a velvet sweater now, but that's
And you
crazy.
probably had one.
I had too many, like you're saying, when I wish I had them now to just toss to the girls, but that, and florals, and then we were talking, Bonnie's shirt that she has the dangle,
Has
and
the
that's
fancy
very
sleeves,
in, Bonnie,
very
look,
in.
flouncy
The bell-
sleeves,
like the
they're
bell
in.
sleeves. Is
Like,
that
and
what
Bonnie,
called?
you were kind of feeling, but look, that's
Yeah,
one of
I
the
just-
new,
Yeah, she's actually got two of the trends.
Yeah, oh my
She's got the
goodness.
velvet and the flouncy sleeves.
That's beautiful,
You are styling, lady.
Yes.
Yeah,
Styling.
yes, tonight I am.
Isn't that, yes,
Yeah.
exciting.
Plaids and checks are really big. So a lot of people, you may have noticed that and polka dots.
I've seen the plaids, I've seen like plaid purses,
Yeah.
plaid scarves, along with plaid clothing, but I think you have to be a particular kind of person to pull that off.
Yeah, you're absolutely.
And that's where your personality, that's not all the fashion trends are going to work for you, or you're
Right.
going to like them. It does boil down to your personality.
Yeah,
That's
Ruffles are big too. I mean,
Remember they would
Not
come right
everybody's
down
gonna
the
wear
front on
Yeah.
blouses and all. I
Yeah,
wonder
right.
if they're coming back.
so ruffles are big
That's,
too.
I have a black and gray blouse. It's in my closet, come to think
Oh,
of
my
that. And it's got
goodness.
the ruffles in the front. It's old.
Yeah.
But see? Now it's
You might be able to
in.
take it out again.
Isn't that, well, you know, and I'm
Isn't that
confusing
funny?
velvet with velour, is it? Because the velvet is lovely, like I think of even the little girl dresses, that's at
Yeah.
Christmas, but is it velour that's almost like it's thicker and it's,
Yeah,
it's
velour is a
velour,
thicker,
right?
yeah.
That's
And
what the
it's-
sweater
yeah.
was she was buying.
You're
And
not thinking chenille, are you?
maybe it's velour, it's kind of poofier.
Velour is
and,
what's.
well, that'd
no,
be
that's
velvet. See, I was
Velvet.
confusing him. Yeah, this was more of a velour. It almost, I don't know.
It's a little
just-
heavier, yeah.
Yeah, heavier, not as elegant. Like that's
Yeah.
very elegant, but it's funny.
Yeah, and it's got a
how-
nice little shine to
Yes,
it.
this
Yeah.
was bulkier looking, and I thought, oh, I remember that from years ago, you know. But and what's this one?
Lingerie
I
flavor.
hate
What
to bring
is-
it up, but lingerie flavor.
So are we talking about edible lingerie? Is that what
No.
we're talking about?
No,
Something
we're
sparked
talking,
our interest.
No,
Yes,
Cal.
both of us, huh?
we're talking, you know, again, like a lot of those undergarments with the little T-straps. So as we get older, you know, that's probably not a look that's going to be for the 40 and old. Yeah. But the 20-year-olds.
What the heck
Yeah.
happened? I'm gone one week.
Yeah, the 20-year-olds, you know, you might see, you know, the top, you know, the under,
the cute.
yeah.
Yeah,
You
and
see
my
the little
daughter has a
laces.
lot of the camis.
It
with
looks
those
the
little
camis with the little
tiny-
Yes.
straps and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's got them like in all
Yeah.
different colors to wear under other shirts all
Other
the
shirts.
time.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
that's,
younger.
So that's what
Yeah,
they're
that's-
talking about.
Yeah.
yeah, very.
I mean, we could pull that off if we wore something over it. You know, like
I'd
a
have to put a
see-
lot
something-
over it.
No, if it was something that was see-through,
Yeah, yeah,
you know,
that's-
it
But
would,
that-
it would hide your shoulders
Yeah,
with the straps.
yeah, 'cause
But
they-
then
they
we're
have some-
defeating the purpose of
What,
wearing-
showing off the
what's
little
it-
straps?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
you just have to use your imagination. That's all.
Yeah.
Well, you know, we're actually been talking among ourselves, and our hope is to get a group of us together and have Sharon come, and you know, because we're very curious too,
Yeah.
Kathy and I and Kirby, about like, so what are our colors? And maybe after we do that, which we're hoping to accomplish in the next couple months, that then we could come back on with, you know, wearing exactly what you've, you know, what we've learned,
What we've
Yeah,
learned.
from
yeah.
you,
Right.
you
Yeah,
know.
you can, you know, and then maybe get an outfit or something, and then wear your
Yes.
colors in your particular outfit with
I
your color
think
wheel, and you could,
A
you
great
know,
little follow-up.
Little
I mean,
follow-up.
depending if you wanted, maybe you'd even come back, or but at least we could really see how it works on each one of us. And then again,
Right.
Kirby being that younger, you know,
Yes.
that, you know,
Younger,
just
and
kind of
she's
into
The blonde, the blue
so
eyes.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it
I
could
mean,
be
it's
kind of
totally
interesting.
different than the rest of
Yeah,
us.
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
but
that'd be great.
I think that would be a nice follow-up for us, thinking and planning on our feet literally here, you know, as we
Yeah.
go. But I'm Sharon, we cannot thank you enough. It's just so much fun to learn and think about the colors, and especially, again, started the show with it so drab and rainy out. You've brightened us all up and given us hope, which is, there's hope that we can
Yes.
look better and feel better. And so thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Yes.
There is a
Thank
lot
you.
to learn, but it can be really simple. You know, once you know and, you know, have the tools to turn around and do it, it's no worse than getting dressed in the morning.
Right.
Right.
We don't have to overthink anything.
Don't
Yeah.
overthink
Probably
it.
save time, I would think, in
And
my
you save
case.
time.
You know, that
Yeah.
it would be. But well, thank you very much.
Thank
and,
You're
you.
welcome. Thank
And
you for
everyone,
inviting me.
Thank
Hey,
Thank
thank
you.
you, and
Very
we'll
interesting.
see you soon. We actually have a very special guest coming on our next show. And Kath, would you like to?
Executive Counselor
Yes.
Chris Pappas will be our guest.
Yes.
And so everybody's got to brush up on your research.
Yes. So that'll be our next show.
So we can hit Chris with a lot of questions. And he's looking forward to being on, and we're looking
Excellent.
forward to having him.
Very good.
And if you get a chance to check out the Londonderry View on Facebook, on our Facebook page, it would mean the world to us. So like us or friend us or I don't know, whatever.
Just don't hate
whatever
us.
you do. And good night, everyone. Thank you. Good night.
night.
Good night.
Thank